What's up guys, F-Focus, and this is going to be set in stone by the books type of forms that are going to be 100% coming into the next patch. Now the biggest one is somebody had wrote on Cotton's stream that there is going to be no wipe. Yeah, you heard me, no wipe. Big content update and no wipe. Now this is somebody that just wrote, so there's really no hard evidence to prove that there's not going to be a wipe, but maybe there isn't. We can have some hope, but I mean, just bank on that there is going to be a wipe, but hopeful that there's not. Now, some big improvements. Sadly, there's not going to be an AKM this patch, but they are adding the PP Vetyas, and that is the 9x19 version of the AK-74N, which is going to be really nice. They're pretty much the submachine gun version of it. They've also added notifications, so when you press B, it'll actually tell you if you're in fire mode or single fire mode or auto fire mode, so that's really nice. Players actually interact with bushes and grass now, so you'll be able to see somebody in the woods a little bit easier because they'll actually knock down the grass around them. Of course, the gestures and the quests, I already stated that those are going to be added in. They have redid the armor system, so that's going to be nice. It's going to be interesting on what it does. But the armor system has been completely calculated differently. The formulas are completely different. Grenade fragment physics system has been completely changed. So the F1 grenades hopefully won't just mini nuke your ass from all the way across the map and nobody else in between. So hopefully those bugs have kind of been fixed. Now they've got some changes that have been made, which I hope are going to add some nice dynamic to the game. They've changed the ammunition damage. Apparently there's been a lot of bugs on that. I know the biggest one I could find was the slugs and buckshot. So hopefully they've changed that. They just said ammunition. They didn't really give any specifics, but I'm hoping that that goes along with everything, especially the 9x18, 5.45, and of course the shotgun slugs. So we're going to be looking forward to that. We're going to test it out, so don't worry. I'll give some proof and some evidence on it to make sure they actually hold up with their end of the bargain. So to unlock certain loyalty levels is going to be a necessity when getting certain quests. So if you want the better quest for the better gear, you're going to have a certain loyalty level, which if they don't wipe it, if you follow my other videos, you'll know how to get max level on every trader. So that shouldn't be a problem. And then of course healing, they've changed the amount of experience you get from that, which really, I guess, I didn't see much of a difference in it, but apparently it was an issue and they fixed it. So if you're in a group, this is the big one, if you're in a group with 3, 4, 5 people, you guys were all spawned relatively close, so there's no trying to find each other from across the map. So that's going to be really useful. Let's hope that actually works. There might be some bugs with it, but let's hope it actually works. So if you have a certain loyalty level, again, if you've watched my video and got to max level, you will be able to see a separate tab, almost like a secret stash that they sell only to loyal customers. That's going to be really nice. They've also fixed the bug with like the cash flow and the traders, so you actually see what standing you're at, which is going to be cool. And insurance and repair actually goes toward loyalty levels. I thought that it did already, but apparently it does not. I thought it did. I said that, but it does not. Now it does, so in case you were ever concerned, it does. So also, before, you used to be able to walk up to somebody, another player, and collision was completely destroyed. In the alpha, there was player collision, so you couldn't walk through a player, you couldn't put your gun through a player, you couldn't jump on top of a player's, you could jump on top of a player's head even with movement, and they've since fixed it and then broke it. It's really bugged. You can get on top of a player's head at certain angles, and if they move, then you fall through them, or vice versa, and guns can go right through their head, no collision. They fixed it, so now if you're right butt up against somebody, you can't actually shoot your gun right through them. Your gun will actually raise up, so that's something to take note if you accidentally get real close to somebody. Just duly note that as a point of interest, so don't get that close if you have a certain type of gun in there. So here's all the stuff they fixed. I'm going to go through just kind of the important ones, because they have said stuff like minor fixes, so nobody knows what the hell that means. Whatever. They fixed players getting stuck. That's happened to me twice now, and it's absolute cancer. So they fixed that. Fixed some lighting. Cool, I guess. And the big one they fixed is when you press F to unlock a door and immediately press F again to open it, sometimes your gun gets frozen. You can't shoot or aim or anything. And at that point, the only way to get rid of it is to quit and rejoin. But if you're in factory, I mean, good luck quitting and rejoining, you know? So So they fixed that. The big one was night vision. 100% of the time, you could spam F when you're opening, like unlocking a door and opening it. It wouldn't always happen. But if you turned your night vision on or off in the middle of opening a door, it would 100% freeze your gun. So they fixed that, they said. They've also fixed simultaneously opening doors by multiple players, which is good because that's super annoying. So those are just a few big ones. Also, they've also fixed the exploits. So there are no more gamma glitching little boys. They've fixed those. They say there's going to be other reasons to I don't know, to abuse that, but again, it's still going to be in beta. So don't worry, have no fear. They will actually fix that. Apparently there was a duplication glitch I had no idea about, but they fixed that, thankfully. And of course they've fixed part of, emphasis on part of, the desync server and completion bugs. Desync is a huge one. I think the desync really just bases off of the server, but they fixed part of it, so hopefully less desync we will be seeing. And of course they have fixed the fall damage, which is the big one, so you can't just fly from factory around everybody hatchet ninjaing people. They've actually fixed those, so sorry. Some optimizations they've made. They've done some shaders, and then of course they've done the the loading order. We'll see what that means. Hopefully it means faster load times and more optimized load times, but like I said, we'll test it out. And then the next big upgrades are for the AI. There's going to be some improvements, some changes, and all of these sorts. It's a pretty big AI hit. AI has been hit since like alpha. They keep getting hit and hit and hit because they're either too strong, not strong enough, or too retarded, or too smart, so they just keep getting changed around. But some really, really big ones are, there's a chance, okay, of hearing from a distance. So instead of based off of just noise, it's based off of distance. So if you're across the map, they're not going to hear you. They're not going to reposition, they're not going to take cover, and so on and so forth. They've got to be a certain distance from you. Obviously, you shoot an unsuppressed gun, they're going to hear that, and they may act upon it. And then, of course, the sniper scavs and just customs to point out some examples. The SKS scav that spawns, sometimes even with an AK, but spawns on top of the warehouse in the middle. And then the two guys on military checkpoint on top of the catwalk in the building. They will now provide suppressive fire. So where they think you are is where they're going to shoot, and or just get your attention off of them so their other scav buddies can reposition, or so on and so forth. So that's going to be pretty interesting to see. Hopefully we can get some gameplay on that, some footage. And then the spotting speed now depends on awareness level, their alertness. So if you just shot a bullet past their head, they're going to be pretty alert, and they're going to be looking for you. So it's going to be easier for them to spot you if they just got a bullet by their face. Just saying, or just shot in the leg. So be prepared on that. They've added some alternate patrol routes. There's going to be new scavs and new locations doing new things. So keep that in mind. Those are just some really big ones. They've improved the cover when bots go into cover algorithm, so that's all fixed. They've added this is the big one. It's a real big one. Smooth turns. Smooth turns. So you can't be 180 degrees behind a bot and he just decides to instantly snap over and shoot you right in your face. So that's a big one. That's a real big one. Of course, they've also added just some minor bugs and stuff like that with weapon modding, blur screens and stuff. And then of course they've added just some bugs when it comes to scavs, like getting stuck on stairs and so on and so forth. But those are really the big ones. Again, the highlight, the PPVET, yes, that's going to be a huge one. Everybody's going to be wanting to get their hands on it. I'm assuming it's going to be from Prapor or Pavel, because he's the Russian arms dealer, so you're going to have to get it from him. So make sure you get him leveled up to Crown, because I don't know what level you're going to get it at. They haven't disclosed any additional information on that. So hopefully you can actually buy it with rubles and not trade. They've said that they're going to add the Mosin, but I haven't seen it on patch notes or heard anything else about it. So I think the Mosin's going to be pushed back. I know, sadly, just like the AKM. Like I said, again, no Mosin right now. They haven't said anything about the Gamescom little demo that they gave. Nothing about folding stocks at all. Nothing about blind fire over cover at all. So I'm hoping that these are just features that have been hidden because they've already shown that they're going to be in the game. They just forgot to put them in the forums. Or maybe whoever wrote the forums just didn't get quite everything. But again, hopefully there's going to be folding stock and everything of the sort. But again, like I said, we'll have to figure it out. This patch is supposed to happen in a couple days, so hopefully it's not going to get completely destroyed and wiped. If it's not wiped, then I'll immediately get some videos out on the PP Vetias, and I'll get some quest systems out there to show you the loyalty levels that you have to be for certain items, and the low tier and high tier items you can get, and the money and experience you can get. So I'll be glad to showcase all that for you guys. But that pretty much does it for this new patch. If you guys have any questions, just let me know. I'll try and answer them the best I can. I actually have some messages hopefully being messaged back to me, emails being emailed back to me from the devs, because I did send out a couple of them to ask further questions to get some more details. So I'll keep you guys updated and posted on what happens with that. But like I said, that pretty much does it. So good luck on the raids, and hopefully the patch comes in the next few days like they said it's going to be.
I do this for my father, who I've only seen from time to time in my dreams. I do this for you. I do this for my mother, who's finally clean and no longer a fan. I do this for you. I do this for my sister, my wife and my kids, cause they part of the team. I do this for all the naysayers and haters.